Okay, I'm Mary Lou Maher, and I'm currently the professor and chair in the Software and Information Systems Department at the University of North Carolina at Charlotte. Recently, I've worked at the University of Maryland, at the National Science Foundation, and the University of Sydney. My research is in the general area of creativity research and design research, but specifically applied in interaction design, use of artificial intelligence to understand design processes. Okay, so that's a very long title, but the talk really had two points to make. And one is, as we design new technologies to enhance learning, we need to take into account how we can enhance student creativity, how we can encourage innovation and diversity. And so the two areas that I talked about were how tangible computing and the use of gestures and body movement influences the way people think. And so we need to be thinking about technologies that allow people to move while they're learning. And these are the tangible kinds of computers that you see on tabletops, as well as the graspable objects that we see. Then the second point was, again, looking at the context now where there are hundreds of thousands of learners that are using online resources, and what advantage that has in terms of bringing communities together that are very diverse, taking advantage of that diversity in our learning environments so that the students can learn from each other, that they can address more difficult, complex, and innovative projects. So 21st century learning, to me, means that we have to learn how to learn rather than just learn specific content. And what does that mean in the context of skills? That when we think about technology-enhanced learning, it should be creating environments that not only teach the students a particular subject, but that they get experience in learning how to learn, how to find material on their own, how to learn from each other, how to take what is typically the content of learning, which is basically lectures and exercises and problems, but be able to do that on their own, anywhere, anytime, rather than having to be in a specific place in a particular university. So those skills are how they can make use of all of the resources for learning rather than just the ones that are put in front of them. So I think as we develop learning environments that do include the ability to learn anywhere, anytime, we'll see that the 21st century learning environments will include people that come from different places, come from different perspectives. And by places, I mean physically, and perspectives, I mean backgrounds and experiences. And with that, I think in the 21st century, we'll develop a learning group, people who are more able to collaborate, to understand different perspectives, who have fewer cultural biases, and are able then to address some of the complex world problems that we have that are now primarily difficult because of our cultural differences and our educational backgrounds are different. So there has to be a way that the 21st century learning environments make it easier for people to understand each other. So University of North Carolina at Charlotte is a campus-based learning environment. So it's not about distance learning, and it's not about independently learning skills. So it is about students coming together and learning in a particular place and learning a particular set of subjects. So for us, the technology-enhanced learning is to do something called the flipped classroom, hybrid learning, flexible learning, where the students do as much of the material gathering, watching lectures, reading or interacting with textbooks outside the classroom, rather than coming in and sitting passively listening to a lecture. And that inside the classroom is when the students interact with each other and the professor, either in discussion or in making things or in critiquing each other's work. And this is a challenge because most professors think that their role is to lecture. So we have some professors who are trying this by giving their lectures, but recording them in their own office all by themselves, and then having those lectures available to the students to watch any time and using the class time for something else. So I think as we make this transition, we'll better understand the role of place in learning and how to make that place an active learning environment by incorporating the technology that we use in learning to be the offline learning rather than the face-to-face.